Hey guys! Alright, so today we are doing a tutorial on how to do shingles. You're going to have to excuse my workspace, it is trashed. The model that we are using, so this is the Nisane Guard Tower by Knights of Dice. Awesome little model, this one, I actually really quite like it. So we've got our model over here, we've got the roof. Basically all you need for this, manila folder, super glue, scissors, and then obviously whatever colour you're planning on painting it. So with this particular design, you can actually do this a couple of ways. With shingling, the main thing to remember is you need to start from the bottom and work your way up. You're not going to start from the top or you're not going to get a decent overlay. So there's a couple ways I could do this. I could either go direct over the lifted parts here, the spiky bits, if I wanted to, and that's going to give me an interesting little effect there. Or I can do what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to go in between the spiky bits because I don't want to take any of the, what's the word for it, the theming away from it. It's got all these points, it's looking very badass, we don't want to make it look sissy. Alright, so all you're going to do, I've measured that little strip there, so I now know the length, how big I want each piece going up that center part. So all I'm going to do is cut the cardboard to that same size all the way up, and then I'm going to show you how to overlay it. So bear with me. If this is your first time here, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. If you are new to my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. As all YouTubers say, come on man, be cool. Alright. So this is literally really simple. You're going to get your little strip. You're going to cut, not all the way to the end, just mostly there. Doesn't have to be any particular set shape. If there is any, like if you're one of those people that's really OCD about these things and whatnot and it has to be exact, you're wasting your time. You're not even going to see it, especially not after I do some grass tufting and everything else on here to disguise it. Alright, so this is literally a matter of sticking it down. Sticking it. If you're a Seinfeld fan, sticking it. So, first layer, it's literally stick. So, I'm using super glue because it dries quicker. So we're going to do the same thing, just cutting, not all the way. I'm not doing any set size of shingle, they're all kind of irregular because that's how shingles are in the medieval days, I would imagine. So we have what I'm having here, where I probably should have primed this first because then it wouldn't be so damn absorbent, but that would require extra effort and I don't jive that way. So we're doing it this way. Alright, so when you get to that second layer, you want to overlay it about halfway down the first one. When this is all glued, we're going to go through and we're going to fluff up edges and we're going to do all sorts of little fiddly shit, but right now we're just getting them on. This is how I do shingles. I have a lot of people when I do tutorials and stuff saying, is that really how you do it or are you just giving us shoddy advice? Nope, this is really how I do it. I wouldn't do it to you, I wouldn't give you the shoddy advice. Alright, so you can see it's pretty straightforward. Actually, I'm going to cut some more before I ruin that little last piece I've got there. So it's pretty straightforward. Once I do this little section, I'll show you what we're going to do next, which I like to call the vajazzling. We're going to go through and fluff it all up, get it looking like proper shingles instead of little paper combs. So if you do give this a try, as always, I'm going to cheat here and do 3 at the same time. But if you do give this a try, as always, show me photos, send me the video, show me. I love to see. I do enjoy watching the stuff that other people come up with. I love it. It's rather boring when you're me because I have the same ideas all the time, so I get bored of myself. I've spilt some super glue, so I'm just gonna save that, soak it up. We're all about recycling here. Very orc of me. Alright. Okay. So, literally just going through, sticking it down. Again, once it's dry, we're gonna go through and fluff everything up, get it all sitting nicely. But for the minute, it's just a matter of getting it on there. Let's get it on. So I'm not sure how well you can see this, but you can see it is actually getting there. So we are going to keep going because we're nearly finished this little section. And then I'm going to give you a quick little lesson on how to quickly paint this. Alrighty, if you are following my Instagram, I just got to 7,000 followers. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Need 2 more here. This is some absorbent wood today. It really wants to drink this glue. It really wants it. She wants it bad. So, sticking that down. You can never have too much glue if you ask me. So many people like, no, you've got to be very careful of your materials and this and that. I'm somebody who thinks, nah, chuck it on. If you haven't got more, you've got less. It's better to have more than less, the way I see it. All right. So last one for this little section. Alrighty, and that is looking pretty good. Man, I was way off on that measurement. What happened there? Never get me to come and do home renovations if that's my measuring ability. Alright. So this one I'm going to snip along the top later when it's dry and I can be bothered. But so essentially this is what we've got going on. I'll cut it now just so that those of you with OCD in the audience who are silently weeping right now can be able to get themselves back together. I'm here for you. If you really want something to cry about though, OCD fanatics, I will show you my paintbrushes. If that doesn't give you nightmares, the brush heads out there will weep in their sorrow at my disgraceful looking brushes. But I care very little. Alright. Alright, so we have shingles. So again, we're still kind of drying, but when we are dry, what we're just going to do is just go along in various parts of it. I'm going to use my wee knife here because that's better. So I'm just literally going through and just lifting up random shingles, just lifting them up, because I mean look, a medieval house that's been out in the middle of Christ knows where for how long is not going to be in fantastic condition. I'm assuming that roof carpenters don't get out that way much. Alright, here we go. And if you are a roof carpenter and you're judging my shingling, hush, it's miniature, don't matter. Alright. So literally you can just see lifting the shingles up. Alright. And that's going to give a more natural sort of look because nobody's shingles are all perfect. We don't have shingles here in Australia. We have tiles that go on the roof, or colour bond, which is like metal. Alright. So you can just see, by just lifting the shingles up a little and giving them a little texture, it's become a lot more sort of organic, a lot more how it would look if you actually were to stumble across this thing in the middle of the woods, which is what I like to go for with my terrains. So you can see here, that's already starting to look quite realistic there. What I would do when I'm finished and I've painted the whole thing, I've painted all the roof pieces, I would trim along the edge here just to really clean it up a bit. I would go over, I would dry brush, I would give a lot more effect. I would also go around and put grass in the various pieces here in between the shingles, just so that it does look like it's weathered and it's aged and it has been in the forest for a long time. So painting them, like I say, it is still drying, so I'm just going to give it a few minutes. When you do paint it, there is no trick to this. It's cardboard. It's not a mission, man. Like, you can just pretty much do whatever you want. As always, if you have seen my channel before, I'm a massive, massive advocate of the concept. If it looks right to you, it's right. If you think she's looking good, then you did a great job. Happy days. All right, so I've got like a little grey here. I'm going for a kind of purpley toned grey just because it makes me feel a little bit more whimsical, like this is in the middle of the woods with the sparrows and shit. So again, I keep forgetting this thing's not attached. Here we go. All right. So again, for those of you that are paint fanatics and are looking at the way I paint and crying inside, hush. There we go. So with these terrains, I am partially blind, so if I can do it, anyone can do it. So don't ever be afraid of terrain. Don't be afraid of terrain. Put your faith in terrain, child. Alright. So you can see there, I'm just getting under the edges with my brush, just lifting a few little pieces up. Happy days. The next thing I would do is dry brush. If you don't know what dry brushing is, I am not the person to teach you because I am shit at it. But basically, it is not getting too much paint on your brush and very delicately going over edges to highlight them. If you are like me, where you're crap at this kind of thing because you have zero patience, just do your best. The trick with this, in my experience, is less paint is more. But again, I very rarely get this looking good, so don't even listen to me. Find someone who's better at teaching dry brushing. Yes, I do dry brush while the paint's wet. I like the blending style that you can get by doing that, so that's just what I do. That is entirely optional. Like I say, everyone's got their own ways of painting. And you can see right here where I've dumped too much on, and now you know why I hate dry brushing. It can eat my butt. All right. So you can see there, that's roughly what our shingles are gonna look like. I'm not doing this entire roof today because there's really no need. So while this is drying, just lift it up again a little. All right. So again, I'm doing this really quick for the sake of the video, but obviously you take your time on this, it's going to come out a lot better. Do you have, can you pass me some stick on grass, please? All right, and then the last thing that we're going to do is make it look a little more medieval, thank you, a little more aged. So if you don't know what gamer's grass is or terrainer's grass, you are missing out, my friend. They're little tufts of grass. They come in a multitude of different styles, colours, textures, bit of everything really. And they're fantastic for terrains. Absolutely brilliant. So what I've gone for, these I think are like swamp reeds or marsh reeds or whatever the hell. These look like, I don't know what the crap is called that gets under your roof tiles, but they look like that anyway. So I would literally grab one. Oh, I'm on fine form tonight. Can't even get the bugger to stick down. So I would literally grab one and just poke it into the corner there. This does stick on its own. All right. And so just haphazardly here and there on the roof, you could put them there. And then I would go over and do a second dry brush of like a brown, like something dirty, if you're going to go that direction, so that it does look very aged, very much it's been sitting in the middle of the woods for a long time. as far as the tutorial today goes, that is really all I have to show you, my loves. There is not a huge amount else to this, to be honest with you. It is that simple. You can add another layer along the top here to disguise it. You can do your shingles as big or as small as you like. There is no wrong way. I've gone for this size because there is going to be so much else going on in this piece. It's so detailed. I don't know if you can actually see this, but it is very, very, very detailed, this piece. So I feel like the roof going stupid on it would really be unnecessary. So this piece is actually getting done up to be competitioned out. So if you would like to own this piece when it's finished, you need to be on my Instagram. My handle is thatchickgamer_and_terrainer, full words and with underscores in between each word. So that_chick_gamer_and_terrainer. And if you're wondering, do I regret making my user handle that long now? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But otherwise, from sunny Australia, thanking you kindly. Enjoy your shingling, and until next time.